Hi guys, and welcome to Woohoo Wednesday. If you don't know who I am, my name is Helen Bullen. I'm a business mentor, previously bricks and mortar business owner, a lot of experience in that. Now have online businesses, a product business. So pretty much been there, done that, doing it, got the t-shirt. So that's me. So today is Woohoo Wednesday. And as I said, if you've not been seeing me before, you may not know why I'm sitting here with it's not quite a cup, a glass of water today. I've had too many cups of coffee already. I've been up early working. But just to say that you shouldn't think today is a hump day. Hump days are, I hate it on Instagram. It flashes up on Instagram and Facebook at the moment and LinkedIn. And it flashes up, hold on, while more followers join your video. But you don't want me to stop, do you? If you're watching on catch up, there's nothing more annoying than a video and you go, well, how long have I got to wait? So I'm not ignoring you, Instagram, ignoring you. So back to the subject, Woohoo Wednesday. Why is it coined that? Because I don't believe it should be a hump day. And seriously, if you're feeling that today is a day that you just have to get through, and then you have to get to Friday. And when you get to Friday, you celebrate because it's the weekend, you feel great, until you get to Sunday afternoon about 2 or 3 o'clock. And this overwhelming feeling of, oh my goodness, I've got to go back to work tomorrow, or I've got to do my business and I don't like it. If you're feeling like that, then it's time to make some changes. And you can do anything you want, okay? If you commit to it. I'm not saying you can just drop your tools, not go to work on Monday and say, that's it. You might not be able to pay your mortgage if you do that. But what you can do is plan what you're going to do. And I put the title today is I'm just reading it off my thing so I get it right, but find what makes you feel good in business and do it. And I think too often people set up a business and they do it and then they carry on doing it and they maybe fall out of love with bits, or it maybe just doesn't fit the climate anymore or the customer type anymore, but they carry on doing it. And then you get to have a business that you don't enjoy anymore. Now, I have done many businesses. I reckon I'm about 10 years in most businesses, maybe a little bit longer. I was an osteopath for 20 years and I did my largest clinic. So I had 2 clinics, but my biggest clinic I did for 10 years. And actually I was ready to come out of it when I did it. I did it. I got the t-shirt. I was good at it. People asked me how I did it. So I started mentoring people. But you don't have to stay doing one thing throughout your career if you don't want to. Now, on the other hand, my husband went for his first interview at 23 years old. Now, he's 61 now. Don't tell him I told you his age. I know I look so young to be with him. That's not the truth. I'm just a little bit younger than him, but I'm chasing him. But anyway, so he had his first interview at 23 and he kept that job for the lifetime of his career. He got early retirement, so just before he was 60. He's now actually back working in the other room, contracting for the same company, and it works for him. But if you're not feeling right, if you feel like it's a hump day today and something's not right, make changes. Now, the other reason I'm telling you this is because I want to make some changes in my business, not necessarily to change what I'm doing right now. I really like the business mentoring. I love my HB box. I'm on my HB retreat next week, my business retreat, which I adore doing. So all the things I do, I like, but I'd like some more income streams. So I am plotting and planning with my lovely business mentor. So I have a business mentor as well. It's actually this evening because she's in America, 7:30 this evening. I am going to be brain dumping some other ideas and making sure, and this is where I need her help, making sure those ideas will make me some money, will be something that I enjoy, will be something that's easy to do. As she says, easy and lucrative. Now, I like that. So I want to be able to do it. Now, nothing in building your own business is absolutely easy, but you can have a business you want. But what I want to say today is if you've got a business you've had for years and something isn't quite right, change it. If you want a complete change, change it. Don't throw all the toys out the pram, okay, and not go into work Monday. That isn't the way you do it. What you do is you plan, you create new ideas, you do some trials, you do some testing, you make sure you know your audience. That's all the stuff I've got to do with my business mentor this evening. And then you test it, and if it works, you go with it. You don't just say, well, I'm jacking that in, I'm going to spend loads of money on this, and oh, great, it's a business. And then 3 weeks later, it doesn't work and there's no money coming in. Yeah. What you need to do is make sure you've got some cash flow coming in for any new ideas. So maybe if you're working for a business for somebody else, I said working, I couldn't work out. If you're employed, that's the word I want. If you're employed by somebody else and you think, I'm not sure I'd like to work for myself, don't just give your notice in. Build up some cash flow, build up some cash, build up a buffer. Start researching what you want. Really take the time to plan it. Have a notebook. You've got time in breaks and lunchtime or whatever to plan what you want. The same if you're self-employed right now and your business doesn't suit what you want, then move. I know when I stopped being an osteopath, so really lockdown came along and prompted that for me. I was going to retire 3 years later. So I would have been retiring this year. My lease came to an end and I knew I didn't want to do it anymore. I wanted to do more of the business management, that sort of side things. I like setting up businesses. I like new ideas. I like being online. I like traveling. But I sort of got pushed into it. And for a while, my mindset was, but everybody knows me as an osteopath. And that's my career. And I trained and I've got a degree in it. And I worked hard and I was a lecturer and a teacher and an external examiner. How can I go and be somebody that mentors other business owners? Now, I have been doing it for about 8 years. I did it when I was running my clinic as well. And I'm good at it and I enjoy it and it makes me feel great. I don't feel like it's work. I'm on a retreat next week and I will have to put in the work on my business retreat. I have one space if anybody does want to nip away with us next week, down to Ferring in a shared room, just in case you fancy it. We're down by the beach, so I love that. 2 beautiful houses. I like style. I like things to be nice and clean and fresh. And probably we've been there about 5 times now. And it's just awesome. And a lot of people have been on the same retreat. But I have to work, but I don't feel like it's work. You know, I am tired at the end of the day by 6. I always say to people, I can't talk now. It's like shut down. But I love helping business owners create new ideas, to have light bulb moments, to nail some sort of tech that they haven't been able to do. We're going to be talking about Chat GPT this time. We're going to be talking about podcasts. We're going to be giving delegates time to go away and actually work on their business. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And I also, and here's something that somebody said to me, well, that's ridiculous if you're running the retreat, right? I can do what I like in my own business. I like making everybody's breakfast. I'm a bit of a baker, a bit of a cook. And in this lovely house, there is one massive kitchen because we have 2 houses next door. And then there's one small kitchen, which I go in and make all the breakfast. We have a conservatory. We have 2 conservatories, but a beautiful room. But it looks out over the pool because we have a swimming pool as well. It's really tough. It's really tough going away. But I like making their breakfast. I make their breakfast. We all go out for our exercise in the morning. Then I make their breakfast. Then when I'm off going to have a shower, then I've got another mentor with me, the lovely Sue Ford. She does a bit of mindset work. And then I come down and we get going. And I love it. I absolutely do it. And I do my retreats the way I want to do them. I also manage them so everybody gets something out of them. But what I'm trying to explain, I'm not really trying to advertise my retreat, to be honest. What I'm trying to explain is you can do anything if you want to. If you commit to it, you can do anything. Before lockdown, I was running retreats in Thailand. I hope to be able to go back to do that next year. I just had to wait that my health was okay because obviously I've had a bit of a cancer journey in that time as well. But I loved running retreats in Thailand. It was frivolent. And when I say frivolent, I mean people came out for a life experience as well as learning about their business. And we were in Phuket and we had a villa with a housekeeper. I told you I like things nice. With a housekeeper, with a chef. It was just awesome. We had a couple of days or 1 day out, but the next one I run will have a couple of days out. And we worked on business. You know, people are sitting in the pool taking notes, that sort of stuff. But we had a great time. But somebody said to me once, oh, you can't do a retreat in Phuket. People won't travel. Well, they did, and they loved it. And you don't have to travel that far because I do UK retreats. But I run a stationery box. You know, if you look at my business, you could say, well, you can't do a product business if you're a business mentor and you used to be an osteopath. How does that all tie in? I love stationery, so I will run the HB box. I mean, my branding is similar. So I have the HB Club, which is my membership. I have the HB Inspired, which is my mastermind. I love working with all those peeps. And I have the HB Retreats and I have the HB Box. There is a branding running through it, but I haven't limited myself to saying I can do X, Y, and Z. I'm now an author of 2 books. I've got you back, the essential way to market your therapy business. I was like, what is the title of my book? Wrote that one about 3-4 years ago. My new book is Agnes B, Cancer and Me. It's not a business related book, but I can do what I like. And I don't want you. Do you ever feel like people expect you to do one thing? Or if you're in a niche, you have to go down the route? I think it's exciting to do stuff that's different. I have online courses and they do tie in with business owners. They do tie in. But if I wanted to write one on gardening, which will never happen, because I just looked out in the garden, I'm not a gardener. Well, I am. I try, but I'm not good. So don't ever do an online course if I create one on gardening. But if I really wanted to do that, I could do it. Now, the actual thing, the thing you really need to think about is, yes, you do need to have something that's cohesive with your business. If you are doing a gardening video 1 minute and how to ride your horses another minute, and then doing, I don't know, authoring books, that's quite confusing for people, and you'll end up having to try and find different avatars to follow your business. So you've got to have some sort of idea who you're working with, but if you want to do something, do it, or work out if you can do it. That's really, I think, what I want to say today is have your dreams, have your big ideas, and then go and work it out. Go and feel from the heart with what you want to do, and then go and use your brain to work out what the expenses are, what the costs are going to be, the overheads, the unexpected overheads. Do you need cash flow if there's quiet periods in the business? Who's going to buy it? Do people want to buy it, or is it just you that think they do? All those things come into setting up a business, and it is the exciting part. It's the bit I love. But we all want a business to be profitable. But I also want you to do, I've gone off on all sorts of tracks here, haven't I? But I think what I'm most passionate about is people doing what they want to do, when they want to do it, earning enough money that means success for them. That's a whole nother thing that I could bang on about, needing to have 6 figures. Well, I've had businesses that have 6 figures. Right now, my business is not 6 figures. I had COVID and I was ill for a while, but I'm still really happy and it pays for everything I want. That's successful. Now I'm building, I told you I want some more income streams, so I'm building it all back up again. But you can have success as to what you want it to be. So do what you want to do it where you want to be, have the success that you want. And that means the money you want to earn, not what somebody else says is success, not at all. And do what you want. Make sure it's viable, make sure it does make you profit. Otherwise it is a hobby, and that's fine. Fill your boots if you want to do a hobby, but hobbies will cost you money. You need to do something that makes you some money. So I hope I've inspired you. I have been all over the place with this live, but nothing new there. I just am so passionate, she says, thumping her hand, about you living a life that you want to live. Now, I know I can see Kerry's on here. I know she'll get this with me, is when you've had a brush with maybe you might die, and still that could come up it's going to come up for all of us. That's the truth. But, there's a 40% chance my cancer could come back. There's a 60% chance it won't. But in the meantime, rather than worrying about that, I am going to do my best to fill my life, my business with how I want it. And if that means shaking things up every now and again and creating new things, I will do it. And you should too. So I'd love to hear from you. Tell me, email me, tell me what you want to do. Even run some ideas past me. I don't mind. I love new ideas. That's why I love my retreats. I'm like, you've got a new idea. You want to revamp something? Ooh, I love that. And if you've been on my retreat, you will know that about me. That I just, so exciting. It's like I'm setting up a load of new businesses, I love it. I become your business partner for the whole week, which I adore. Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, I have my Happy Business Builders. Now it's my email list, but there's also a free download at the moment, and it is how to bulletproof your marketing. It's very quick, probably take you 25, 30 minutes, little video that I've done over a PowerPoint with me speaking, just telling you all the things that you need to do and I've used a play on word, Helen Bullen, bulletproof your marketing, all the things you need to do for your marketing. If you want that, the link's in the bio. Just look for the Happy Business Builders list. You'll also get emails from me. I will send you out when I'm doing things and there's offers going out, and the next year's retreat will be coming out week after next, because I'll have offered it to my members and people on the retreat. So things like that. But also I send out some funny emails. I'm not sure if they always are, but informative ones, giving you ideas, things to do, reflecting on my world if something's happened, basically trying to help you in your life and business. If you want to be part of that, then please just join, absolutely free. And of course, there's an unsubscribe button. So if I get too much for you, you can unsubscribe. I don't say I'm going to do it every week or a certain day. What I do is I write to you when I've got information that I think may be helpful. Right. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to say goodbye to Facebook first. I normally do Instagram first, so let me do that first. Bye to Facebook. If you want to go on the Happy Builders list on Facebook and you can't find it, just put Helen list or something in the comments and I'll come back and give you the link. If not, the blue button that says learn more, and LinkedIn, I'll make sure that link is there. So I'm going to say bye to you guys.